So for the teams that are out of it, let's do this real quickly. Offseason priority number one, let's start with the Buffalo Bills. What would you say their number one priority should be?
It's got to be just to get over this loss, because right now it's clearly still affecting them a lot. I mean, you got Brandon Beane talking about today how he's sick to his stomach, how he wanted to give Bills fans a hug. And I watched that game with the Bills fan, and I can tell you, he could have used a hug after that game. But you have to be able to get over it and push yourself into next year. Forget about it.
Hey, you know what I would do, frankly, if I'm Sean McDermott? I don't know if he knows Sean Payton, but I'd want to talk to Sean Payton about how did you guys come back from what happened in 2017 and get to the NFC Championship the next year? How did you come back from what happened in 2018 in the NFC Championship and put a playoff team together? How did you keep coming back from these gut punch losses in the postseason? Because that's going to be job number one. And regular season, they need to play well enough so next year when they play the Chiefs, it happens in Buffalo, not in Kansas City. I say they got to be their number one priority is get a good replacement for Brian Daboll. You don't want to blow the momentum that you've started to build offensively if you take a step back when Daboll becomes, if he becomes a head coach somewhere. I think it'll be with the Giants. Titans' number one priority.
You got to find a good number two option at receiver, and it could be a tight end, but it's clearly not Julio Jones. I mean, I don't know if he's washed or if it's just the injuries or what have you. Only one game over 100 yards this season, career low 434 yards with one touchdown, 10 games. In 5 games in 2013, he had 41 catches for 580 yards. They got to do something better there.
I remember last June having the feeling that Mike Vrabel was not on board with the Julio Jones thing. It was John Robinson who was front and center talking to reporters, and Vrabel never did. And if Vrabel had misgivings, they were vindicated. I think they got to find a way to keep Deontay Foreman because that guy's good, and Derrick Henry didn't have the burst on Sunday. Foreman did. You got to keep Foreman around because you never know when Derrick Henry's going to go off the cliff like a former Titans running back Eddie George once did for no reason at all. It wasn't some chronic injury, ACL, or anything like that. It was just his body ran out of the number of hits it could take, and he no longer was the guy that he once was. Packers' number one priority, other than the obvious, they may need a new quarterback.
Well, if they can't satisfy Aaron Rodgers, I mean, at least they need to keep Devontae Adams around, whether it's through the franchise tag or signing him to a long-term deal. If Jordan Love's going to be your quarterback, you need that number one wide receiver.
I think that they have to address special teams. It was disgraceful what happened on Saturday in every phase of the special teams, all the way down to not having 11 guys on the field. Are you freaking kidding me for the final field goal that decided the game? And Matt LaFleur has already suggested maybe using some starters on special teams next year to improve the units. Buccaneers' number one priority, again, other than the obvious, if Tom Brady retires.
Yeah, I mean, if Tom Brady, I would say even if Tom Brady's back, you got to find a QB of the future just because you're in a position right now that you don't want to be in where you have somebody in, I mean, you know, Kyle Trask, and you don't know, but I also just don't think that you want to be Pittsburgh where you got somebody like Mason Rudolph, right? You want a QB of the future on your roster.
Blaine Gabbert, according to Bruce Arians, most underrated player in the National Football League. We'll see if he puts his money where his mouth is if it ever comes down to that. He's already suggested they'll look at free agent quarterbacks if Tom Brady does retire.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.